What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Con Zero. I am Mike, the host. As always, it is Thursday, November the 11th. And I know there was something that I was supposed to do today, but I can't remember. I can't. I just cannot remember. I've tried and tried and tried. My day has been so messed up. It started off with no hot water. No hot water with a brand new hot water heater. Turns out it wasn't anything terrible, but FPL has these little boxes, and we're part of this program where it's like a power saver program, and you can they'll shut stuff down at certain times to save power and draw back, and they'll sometimes I thought they shut it down, but they didn't. The box went bad, and it turned the water heater off, so we didn't have a heated tank or anything overnight. It was cold. So I had to get them over to fix it. And that was a real fucking bona fide pain in the ass. But they got it done, you know. But it was just I cavemanned it too, boys. I cavemanned it. I took a Nordic shower. I went right in that ice cold shower. I was like, I'll do this fucking shower. I'm not afraid. I don't care. 5:30 this morning. I was like, I don't care. I'll do it. I turned that shower on. I opened the curtain. I stepped in there, and I was like, I could feel that cold water on my feet. I was like, oof. Did I bite off a little too much here? What's about to happen? It's like, oh, fuck this. I got this. I've taken cold showers before, and I stepped in. Don't ever do that. I was like, oh God, oh my God, my balls, oh my God, I can't do it. I had my water. I have a water pick shower head. It comes, it's one of those ones that comes off and you can move it around, blah, blah, blah. I set it to the lowest flow you could get. And I'm like doing this thing where I'm like, putting it over my head, trying to get my head wet so I can wash my hair and my face. I was like, fuck, this sucks. No more though. I got the hot water back. I'm going to scrub it down tonight. It was tough, though. Whew, it was tough. So that was the start to my day. And I had a bunch of other stuff that was just shitty I had to handle today. I've been slam busy, which is good. But I've got a lot of things to get to. And I'm just not getting to them as fast as I wish I could because I'm having little interruptions like having to wait around for the FPL people to come in and do the work. And on the phone for a fucking hour figuring out what's wrong, first with the plumber, then with the FPL, and then once you get on the phone with the FPL, if you even can talk to somebody, which, by the way, not the easiest thing in the world to do, you absolutely, on the phone for an hour, it was just, anyways. So yesterday, as you saw, I dropped a video about Kyle Rittenhouse and how the judge absolutely admonished and smashed the prosecutor for playing games. And almost as if on cue, that the cult of Hollywood exploded. Because that's what they do. Because they're messed up. They have such a weird lens of how they look through things that it's really insane. So we're going to look at a couple of these. I like to do that. This is from, go ahead if you want to follow along, Breitbart.com. Hollywood elites attack Kyle Rittenhouse. Fuck that kid. Terrible fucking actor. Well, first of all, the first thing we learn as we're looking at this page with this six-pack picture, as I like to call them, these are not Hollywood elites. D'Onofrio, good actor. I've actually met him before. I spent a couple of days with him working on a project thing back in the 80s, and he's a very nice guy. But he's batshit crazy now from the shit you read on his Twitter feed. It's insane, some of it. I mean, Rosanna Arquette. Do we even have to go there? This chick, Queen of the Pussy Hats. She's a real mess. And then Dave Bautista, who, when he started his career in Hollywood, I was so excited that he started his career. And I thought, I'm not into wrestling at all. Not my thing. I don't like that shit. I think that wrestlers are some of the finest stunt people in the world. but it's not my thing. And they're incredible athletes too, by the way. Like to pretend, first of all, to pretend fight when the only thing that you're not doing that you would be doing in a fight is hitting at 100%. They're still hitting each other. But to do that for minutes on end, you have no idea how athletic you really have to be to do that. And I know you see some of these guys come out and you're like, well, that guy's fucking got a belly, blah, blah, blah. They work around certain things, but they're no joke either. Those guys are hard workers, man. So I don't want to knock him for that. So when he came on the scene in Guardians, for me, that's when I first got exposed to him in Hollywood. I thought he was awesome, Drax. Funny, great, but the shit he says on Twitter is horrible. And the shit he says about people is horrible. He's not a good person when it comes to that. And he's one of these guys that's always preaching about being a good person because, you know, a life of adversity. Right? Padma Lakshmi. She was a supermodel 20 years ago in Italy. I wouldn't call her an elite. She does a show called Top Chef. If you've never seen it before, you'd been under a rock. But the show Top Chef used to be an actual bona fide cooking competition between some of the top chefs in the world. And as it has progressed, I have noticed that the quality of the chefs has diminished slightly, except for when they do all-star stuff because they're really bringing back heavy hitters, and that's why they have to do the all-star stuff. But it also went from a bona fide cooking competition to this kind of three-wing circus. You have to do this, this, and this, and stand on your head and present 74 dishes, and you got 10 minutes to do it. Really fucking stupid. I don't know who the guy is on the bottom right-hand corner. He's a fucking nobody. He looks like he's got a vacuous head with nothing in it. Then you have George Takei. Oh, my. George was great on Howard Stern. He was good in the Star Trek movies, and that's it. He was on Star Trek 50 fucking years ago, and the guy hasn't stopped complaining about it since. Never shuts up about William Shatner. William Shatner ruined my career. No, he didn't. You're a shitty actor. You're not a good actor. That's what ruins your career. All right? You seem like a very nice person. The shit that you write is so foul and so nasty. You're so mean. Just mean-spirited. And by the way, I know that you haven't stopped talking about the Japanese internment camps since you were in one, but can we stop framing the Japanese internment camps in America as if they were the same type of internment camps that the Jews were in during the Holocaust? Because they weren't. First of all, partial reasons besides, national security. The other reason for putting Asians, not just Japanese, but Asians, because a lot of people, in fairness, couldn't, if you could call it bigoted if you want, couldn't tell the difference. And there was a lot of misguided rage and anger at the time. And, these are things that happen. But they put those Asians and Japanese people in those camps to protect them too. It wasn't all about just trying to lock them down and see who was loyal to the rising sun. Give me a break. Stop framing it that way. And you're like, oh, well, you don't know, you weren't there. No, but I have eyes and intellectual prowess enough to read books about people that were besides you. So we look at some of these tweets, man. First of all, I think the first thing that grabs my attention is fucking Batista, dude. Dave Batista, are you a 13-year-old girl? Are you? Seriously? If you are,
that's a huge bitch.
That's right. Vaxxed AF. Hashtag Team Pfizer. Poor kid chasing dreams. Poor kid chasing dreams. Check me on my Instagram when I do my little doot, 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 doot. And then I do my bounce and my clothes fucking magically change. Look at me, guys. I can make my clothes change when I bounce my tits. That's what it reminds me of. Vaxxed AF. Hashtag Team Pfizer. Dave Bautista, you're a 13-year-old girl. Seriously. Rosanna Arquette, you're a crazy person. George Takei, if you want to see how justice often leans hard towards privilege, watch the judge in the Rittenhouse case, a deplorable example indeed. You haven't said anything, George. You're not saying anything. Please be more specific if you're going to be an asshole. Okay? Oh my. Kevin Zegers, no one knows who you are. This is how the first take of a crying scene can look. Weeks of anxiety to push the tears out and you come up empty. Listen, Just because you're a shitty actor that nobody knows and you can't cry on cue, stop taking out your angst and pain about it on other people. Jerk off. Padma Lakshmi. Time for America to redefine what it means to be a promising young man. Oh, well, where's the commentary on your motherland and how they've been? I don't know. That whole rape epidemic in India is not exactly something you want to probably compare to America. We're talking about promising young men, Padma. Okay? You're famous for being married to Salman Rushdie, and no one knows who that is. So shut it. Chad Lindbergh, no one knows you. Katie Stahl, no one knows you. Gianmarco Sorsi, no one knows you. Dominic Pattern, no one knows. Bad acting coach, Crocodile Tears, but perfect for judge to give Rittenhouse a stern slap on the wrist and proclaim justice done. Ain't that America? That's your takeaway? That's your takeaway from watching any of this? That's your takeaway? You have the intellectual prowess and depth of a fucking mud puddle. Seriously, you're a buffoon. You're a buffoon. And Twitter just continues to show us that you're a buffoon. You know, Matthew Federman. Having Kavanaugh confirmation hearing flashbacks from seeing clips of Rittenhouse performance. Do self-victimizing white dudes all go to the same acting coach? See, they think he's acting because they're sociopaths and they're incapable of feeling anything but remorse for themselves, fear for themselves, anxiety for themselves, happiness for themselves. Everything else is fake because they can't envision what it would be like. You know? These people are just the word. Jennifer Gross. Hey, Jennifer Gross. That's not Jennifer, it's Jennifer. And I don't care what she says her name and how it's pronounced. That's not Jennifer. So saith me. Pat Cunanane. Pat Cunanane. Pat Cunanane. Oh, God. These people. They're just the fucking worst, dude. I hate them. They're ruining culture, and they're ruining movies, and they're ruining entertainment, and they're ruining TV shows because they're scumbags. All right? They're scumbags. They are. If they could be, they would be totalitarians running the place instead of being actors. They want to tell you what to do, what to think, what to wear, how to think, who to be in charge, who to be friendly to, who to be not friendly to. These people are dog shit. They are the dirt of the dirt. You understand that? Anybody that would get in there and take some kind of a weird pleasure, and we've all seen them do it before. You know? Just look at some of the things they wrote after the Vegas shooting. Because it was a country concert that was mostly populated by conservatives. Some of the things that these scumbags wrote. These people are the worst. They're not your friends. You shouldn't support them. Don't go to their movies. Don't go watch their TV shows. Don't subscribe to Hulu. Don't subscribe to Netflix or any of them. Disney, any of them. And when people ask you why, tell them. Say, because I really don't feel like, spending my money making a living for somebody else just to have them turn around and call me a motherfucker. Or scumbag, or someone that's deplorable, or irredeemable. She ain't having a good week either, let me tell you what. She's got her shitting pants on with all her lawyers and advisors getting fucking indicted. So, I mean, the cult of Hollywood rears its ugly head every time that there's something going on that they don't agree with, that's not in their wheelhouse, that's not a part of what they believe, what they want to do. It's sick, man. Just look how nasty these people are. They're so nasty about everything. Temper tantrums. I'm vaxxed AF. Hashtag Team Pfizer. You sound like an asshole, bro. Seriously, Batista. just a poor kid trying to make it. No, you're not. You're not poor. You're not a kid either. You're a fucking man. Start acting like one. I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's just so disheartening. I want to start watching movies and shit again, and I can't because of this shit. So, these people ruining everything. Anyways, I'm Mike. It is November 11th, Thursday. This is Con Zero. You fucking animals, take care of yourselves. See ya.